Spoilers ahead!
Hey y'all, before the video starts, I just want to say a few things. One, I am not, an expert on movies, so I'm not going to give an in-depth review of these with like really big film words. I'm just gonna talk about my stupid opinions on movies I like, so enjoy. Hey y'all. Today I'm gonna do something different. I am going to be pretentious. I'm just gonna talk about movies that I like, my opinions on them, and aggressively urge you to watch them. The type of movies I watch, they're usually musicals and or superhero stuff. So this is me talking about all the movies that aren't that, to try to broaden my horizons and not tell you all the embarrassing stuff I like. Anyway, let's see if this holds up. The first movie I'm going to be talking about today is Molly's Game. Molly's Game is the 2017 crime drama movie starring Jessica Chastain and others. Based on the true story of Molly Bloom and brought to screen by director Aaron Sorkin. Based on his work, it seems like Aaron Sorkin is good at bringing somebody's lives to the screen and making it interesting, but he didn't have to do much because this is based on a true story and her true story is actually super interesting on its own. Anyway, it keeps you hooked. Sorkin had a way of making the movie sharp and snappy. The genre of the movie is crime and drama, but not like it's more like girl boss crime. I found myself rooting for the character to come out on top more than I have for others. Easily I could rewatch this movie and point out the different layers of stuff that I found, like burnout, using misogyny for personal gain, how feelings of incompetence can stem from how you were raised and the environment you were in, how the rich can both buy and manipulate their way to the top as well as use their entitlement as a weapon. Anyway, this segment was long. I won't be as long in the other ones. Next up on this list is Luca, the 2021 masterpiece that I know all of you have seen, so I'm not going to get into much of the plot-driven things, but more just talk about my love for the movie, okay? Luca was a cute Pixar movie with just a splash of Call Me By Your Name angst. It completely tore me apart. The daddy abandonment issues from Alberto, the fearful innocence from Luca, both of these things came together and just made the lead's actions feel more believable. Now, a lot of people watching the movie saw a lot of queer-coded details between Luca and Alberto. But I mean, if you want to take the boring approach and take it at face value of what Disney wanted it to be, it is just a coming-of-age story where the ambitions of two kids are revealed through experiencing a whole new world of possibilities than what was previously presented.
Nayla coming in here from my closet. I feel like my sarcasm didn't make it clear that this movie was perfectly fine to just be friends, and it's nice to have media represent like male friendships that aren't like filled with toxic masculinity. Oh god. Yeah, I love the movie for what it was, how exactly I explained it to be, and it doesn't need to be a gay film. However, it would have been nice if it was. Yeah, that's all. 10 out of 10. Woo.
Because this isn't a film review, like I said, I won't get into how Luca and Alberto were each what each other needed to find their true ambitions and loves. It's a perfectly feel-good movie until the ending makes you sob cry, but you don't know if it's from happiness or sadness. It's the better version of Call Me By Your Name, with absolutely stunning animation and vivid shots that pull you into the world. It's not about pondering your life's purpose and what life is even about. That was soul in that one. That one made me question a few things. 10 out of 10 would recommend this to anyone. It's family, friends, it's just good for any audience. It was just so similar to Call Me By Your Name. Anyway!
All to see without my eyes.
Pitch perfect.
These bitches gay. Good for them. Good.
Remember when I said I wasn't gonna discuss musicals? I lied. This is the exception. Okay, let's talk about the things I like. First of all, it takes place in a college, which is already a departure from other movies revolving around musical groups competing, which there's totally a lot of. My first thought was to like Glee. I do really like Glee. Anyway, I'm glad this movie takes place in a college because it can and does play with more college-related jokes. Watching it, you don't have to focus on like why teens are drinking and going out late at night with like drugs because they're adults. It's not like Euphoria where you're watching teens go out and have sex and go to clubs and do drugs, and because that's not what teens do. At least that's not what most teens do. So usually when a lot of media presents that, it just pulls you out because it's like, this isn't realistic at all. But Pitch Perfect, it feels as realistic as you can get with like a cappella groups competing in a college, but it just feels more grounded because they are adults. Anyway, I can't talk about this movie without mentioning the absolute banger of the soundtrack. Are you kidding me? You can't sit here and tell me that that movie did not produce bangers. I literally had the riff-off scene memorized. I'm not gonna do it. Welcome to the riff-off! Ladies of the 80s! Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, make your mind. I'll be your end of time, cause you make me feel like a virgin. Why don't you hit me with your bishop? Hey, it must have been love, but it's all negative side effects of medical marijuana, ladies and gentlemen. You are cut off! Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about sex one while all through the night I'll make love to you. That brings out the man in me. It help us. You owe it, the world to me. It feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. Oh, no dignity. Maybe it's because I watched it so many times, but that movie is just memorable. The movie is easy to follow, easy to enjoy. It has Anna Kendrick in it, and there's just like rule in my head that like if Anna Kendrick is in a movie, then it just automatically elevates it. I don't make the rules, but I just did. So if you don't like this movie, I kind of just assume you're a boring person. So oh, and Ben Platt is in this movie. He plays an awkward person coming out of his shell, like he always does. I also want to make it clear for the people who do like this movie, I don't like Jesse. I don't like Jesse. He is like a variant of the nice guy. Maybe I just don't like clingy people, but he's just, I'd avoid him. I got cut off while filming that last segment, so I'm just gonna end it here by saying that the sequels don't measure up to the first one, and go learn the Cup song. I know. Remember when I said Pitch Perfect was the exception to the musical genre? I lied again. It's also this one.
Hello again.
And it's also a lie, because this is also technically a superhero movie. Or at least it fits the themes of some, it has like elements of superhero stuff, so I'm counting it. Not sorry. So Scott Pilgrim is an enigma of a movie because it's a high energy movie, which is the kind of stuff I like, and it has a comic style directional approach, which makes sense because it's adapted from a comic series. But as much as I praise this movie, you can't talk about it without mentioning its audience. Just be wary if they say that they like Scott Pilgrim, the character. If they like idolize him, look up to him, relate to him. Just run, honestly, if they do that. Anyway, when I first watched this movie, I was caught off guard. I had no background going into it, so when vampire demons emerged during a musical fight sequence, confusion, obviously, took over.
Didn't you get my email explaining the situation?
But the movie is aware of its absurdity, and that awareness makes it that much funnier. The movie is like a live-action comic or video game, and this is because of Edgar Wright's direction and the unique editing choices that somehow can translate comic book panels in a pretty way on screen. My advice if you're just getting into the movie is to just Just let it happen. Let the craziness overwhelm you because you'll have so much fun. Most importantly, you will fall in love with Envy Adams and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, and remember when I said Anna Kendrick elevates any movie? Boom. The rule applies. But then there's also... Wow, this movie really predicted a lot of superheroes, huh? Best character is Wallace. Fight me. Oh yeah, Michael Cera's in it. Alright, I think that's everything on the list. Nothing else to comment on, nothing else to mention that could be potentially heartbreaking. If you want to feel every emotion at once, then go watch this movie. I'd totally be down to do a more in-depth video of all the individual short films in this collection, but I don't have time for that in this video. This is just, you know, a little recommendation. Nothing sad. It's all happy-go-lucky animation. Nothing more. Nothing more. What I'll say now is that every single short film in there is a masterpiece. Its animation is beautiful, obviously, but the story it tells with so little time, it's just beautiful. And especially because most of the ones in there, they use music as a way to tell the story, which a lot of short films do. They animate to the music. They make a story with the music itself, and it's just the merging of animation and music together in a short film that just, it's just, roll the clips. A summary though of this collection of the movie, it's like this. Oh look, honey, it's Tangled. Isn't that sweet? It's a little marriage. What a nice way to continue the story. Oh my goodness, is that a Frozen little extended version? With Anna's birthday? That is so cute. This is such a good little collection for the kids. As we come to the end of the video, here are just a few more recommendations that I don't have time to get into. I would love to do a full analysis. I swear I can be more articulate in that when I have more time, but I just put this together pretty quickly because I wanted to talk about stuff. I wanted to embrace my opinions. Roll the clips. Yes, yes. As you can see, I have a very distinguished taste in films that range from I'm not even gonna explain myself.